Hey guys, it's Amber. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial, and this is on the look that I did for homecoming for my niece. So this could be for homecoming, it also could be for any other activity you're doing. This is great for those of you who want a really striking, strobing, very glistening, dewy look, which was very in. Also incorporating those blush tones, which are still very popular this year, and giving it a softer look, a more beautiful, like naturally radiant look instead of just like a heavy glam smoky eye. So this is the look that I did. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so just for the ease, I've already applied my foundation and my eyebrows, so I'll go ahead and get started with my concealer. I like to highlight underneath my eyes, but I don't like to make it like crazy drastic. I know some people really like that really standout highlight, but I like it to be noticeable but natural, if that makes sense. Alright, now that my face is pretty much just a blank canvas, I'm going to go ahead and add some contouring back in. For this, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. contour palette. I love this e.l.f. blending brush. If you haven't picked this up, this is great for contouring and warming up the face. Right now, just in the hollows of the cheek, I'll go ahead and make that a little more defined with the darker shade. Obviously for an everyday wear this would not be required, but since this was a homecoming look, you can go a little more fancy. So I'm going to take the yellow color right here. I'm going to use that under my eyes. I'm also going to use that to pop my contour by placing it on the jawline there. And then I'll just use the same brush to blend. Alright, I want to finish up with the cheeks and the highlight and the lips, so let's go ahead and get into the eyes. First, I'm just going to prime with my staple e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to be using the chocolate bar palette for this look, and I'm going to be using these two colors, the peachy shade and the pink shade, to go into my crease. I'm going to start off with a little bit of the pink and just put it up on the higher crease. This is just going to be our very soft transition shade. Next, I'm going to go right below that with the peach shade, overlapping just a little bit. We're going to mix those two together, and that's going to give us our beautiful blush color. I'm just going to keep working that into the crease so I can get the desired depth that I want. This is a Sigma EB09. This is great for this. Kind of that classic little blender shader brush. The subtleness of this color just makes it so beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to go back with this chocolatey brown color that's right here. And I'm going to do that just in the outer V. Hooded eyes come in all different shapes and sizes. My niece also has hooded eyes. The space between her lash line and her brow is spaced a little differently. She has more mobile lid, and then although her eye does hood over a little bit, she has a lot more lid space to work with, which was so nice because I could really get in there and make the color pop. For those of us who have small lids, this helps contour it. One thing she did mention to me is she's like, wow, I always see girls at school and they have so much dimension to their eyes, and I feel like I don't ever have that. I'm like, ta-da! I love this color because it gives it that nice, soft, smoky effect, but because the colors are so light, that it really keeps it light and romantic instead of dark and smoky and sultry. Very age appropriate as well for younger girls or really any age. Now, if I didn't have something else I was going to use, I would have taken this color right here. This is a gorgeous lid shade. But she actually chose a pigment that I'm going to be using from Mica Beauty. And since that's what I used on her, that's what I'm going to be using today. So I'm going to grab that real quick. So this is the pigment 72 in Earth. And this is what it looks like. Let's not dump it out. The FedEx truck is here. That's always a good day. So I ordered a brand new dryer and chair for my salon, and I think that's what he's bringing. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this powder just to blend the crease and just softly put it right where the lid and the crease meet, just dry. I'm just using that same brush. This is just going to give us a teeny bit of transition, so when we go in it with it wet, it's not going to be too sharp. You guys have never seen my salon. One of these days I think I need to show you guys that. Leave me a comment below if you'd like to check out my salon sometime. There's the doorbell. I'll be right back. That was the nicest FedEx man ever. He even was like putting a garbage bag over my box so it wouldn't be wet because it's like pouring outside right now. But I answered the door. And then the other one with my chair, it was so huge. He actually brought it inside and just in my front room, which was so nice because now I don't have to drag it in off the porch. Meanwhile, let's go back. I'm turning this into a vlog. Okay, so I'm using some makeup misting spray to wet my brush to make more of a pigment out of this. And this is where the magic happens. Boom. Check it out. I feel like I'm literally painting like liquid gold onto my eyes. And I love this teeny tiny brush. This is a EB21 from Sedona Lace. If you have hooded eyes, it's probably a must-have or something like it. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in. I blended it up a little bit the first time. Now I'm gonna go back in with my trusty brush and blend the darker color down onto it a little bit again to soften that line. You just want to make sure the marriage between those two colors is nice and happy. No divorce there. No separation. Alright, I'm just wiping off my small tiny brush. I'm going into this shade right here, and that's going to be my inner corner highlight. I'll take the nice matte kind of vanilla shade at the top and use that under the brow bone. I love this palette. We are BFFs. Thumbs up if you have more makeup than friends. Woo! Okay, I'm going to be taking a small little smudgy liner brush and going into the dark brown. And instead of doing a thick liner, I'm just going to do a very fine line and make the line a little bit smoky, give it that kind of romantic feel to it. Not doing a black because I don't want a really harsh line. And then barely smudging it underneath the lash line. Nothing's going in the waterline. Again, I don't want to have a really harsh eyeliner look, so I'm just kind of going halfway in, fading it in, and then concentrating the darker color on the outer corner. I will take just a little bit of that peach shade and connect the inner corner to the outer corner. We had a little misfortunate tragedy in our family. My good eyelash curler went missing, so I have to use this e.l.f. one, which I actually do not like at all, but it'll have to suffice. So my lashes aren't looking awesome, you know why. For my niece, we opted not to do falsies because she already had pretty good lashes. So I'm just going to go ahead and add 2 coats of mascara. The mascara I'm using is the Best Lash Extreme by Jordana. I think it's nice sometimes to see like fancy tutorials that don't have false lashes because not everybody likes to wear them. This is also super affordable mascara. It's like $3. On her, I actually ended up using the Younique 3D Fiber Lash. That's what she had. Looked awesome, but I didn't feel like doing that today. On my cheeks, I'm wearing Beloved from the Be Matte Makeup Revolution. This is the same blush I used on her. Nice peachy matte. Since there was so much sparkle in the eyes and we're doing a very shimmery highlighter, matte blush is the way to go. Then I'm following up with my Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. If you don't have this color, Pop Wisp is the closest I've found. There's no denying that glow though. And because when you're having a night out, sometimes it's not nice to have a really high maintenance lip color, she went with a lip gloss that was her favorite that she already had. I'm going to be using the Revlon Lip Butter in Berry Smoothie. This takes that romantic blush and gives it just a touch of fall. It's also nice when you're getting pictures taken to have a little bit of gloss on so your lips don't look too matte in a photo. So here's the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I'll see you guys later. Bye!